Whoa, and hello people of the internet, and welcome to an episode of poor money spending. But anyways, hope you guys are doing good. First things first. Things are going great for you guys, so whatever you're doing, know what's going on, what's happening. All of that stuff, hopefully everything's going well. But don't really have much to talk about today. We're just gonna enjoy our time of just playing this game a bit. I'm gonna give you guys a bit of an update on what's been going on, and that's basically the whole point of this video. As you can see, I've basically upgraded my house to the max. I've done a lot of other things, and I'm doing a lot of other things. As of currently, copper is very much my limit. It is my bottleneck. So today I'm gonna be making a poor financial decision in game, and I'm gonna be spending pretty much all my money on copper. So it's actually my second time starting this day because I had to check how much I could buy with the money I have, and it's like 800 pieces of copper ore. We're gonna go for a little less, maybe like 500. I don't think I need 800. So maybe around 500 copper is what we're gonna get. And then we're just gonna sit on my ass and we're just gonna keep smelting and talking. As you can see, I have a little tree farm going here so I could make more kegs, so I could get more wine into my thing, so I could make it worth more. So that's gonna be basically the idea, and as I said, the bottleneck for that is copper. So instead of going for mining, because I don't need XP anymore, because as you can see, I have everything maxed out. I even did the community center. So I don't need more mastery XP for basically anything. It's basically worthless, all of it. So as you can see, I've expanded my farm a bit. I have a greenhouse, which I have a few growing in. There's a lot of star fruit, because I am turning the star fruit into wine. Same with cranberries, turning them, as you can see. A busy man, I'm a busy worker, what can I say? We have jelly, we have wine. I'm gonna make this like half and half both. It's basically gonna be the point of this. So this is kind of why I need more kegs, you know, because I don't have the space. I don't, you know, if I go here. Yeah, here we go. You can see I need oak resin, which I don't have. I really don't have any oak resin, so the trees that are being built or that are growing are basically oak trees, so I can get their juice with the tapper. And to make a tapper I need copper, which I don't have, as I said. So instead of spending hours on doing that, I'm just gonna buy it, and I'm gonna spend hours just making copper bars so I can speed up my situation. So we're gonna get around 500 ore. We're gonna have 58,000 left to work with, which is fine. It's a good amount. I don't have to worry about anything. But yeah, I don't know how long this video is gonna be. It depends on the topics I figure out. But first things first, let me get my coal. Then we can just start yapping about anything. Oh yeah, also So I've gone so far in the game that my wife is officially pregnant in game. Because I am lonely in real life. Okay. How about we focus on the actual thing that we're doing? But yeah, Christmas is coming up in not too long anymore. I hope you guys have some plans, some ideas that you want to do. You know, maybe there's something, you maybe have gifts ready, maybe you have plans to do, like spend time with friends, spend time with family, I don't know. I'm still sick, and I've had a lot of things to talk about. I've talked about my tiredness very often on this channel, and I've officially booked a time to have sleep apnea tested, if I have that, just in case. I'm currently on vitamin D medications, which is a good thing, because I definitely lack it, especially during winter, because I barely go outside, I barely do anything. I do still work out. The working out has not left. I'm still alcohol free for now. I am still very much alcohol free. I have not drank alcohol ever since I made the video where I said that I'm gonna stop. I've swapped that over into like sodas and sparkling water currently, because my throat is a bit messed up due to the sickness. So I'm currently just trying to make things better at the same time. So I am very much alcohol free currently, whatever you would really call it, right? But I'm very much alcohol free. I have not drank alcohol, and I'm trying my best to stop. I'm still enjoying the licorice that I very much spent time getting, and I gotta be honest, I was really pissed off when I was getting the vitamin D medications. Like, you can buy them from the store or pharmacies, like, you can basically buy them anywhere. But the thing is, I need them gluten-free, because there was a specific version of the vitamin D that I needed. So I had to make sure that I can eat it, and that I could digest it. Because it needs to be gluten-free, or else that medication is gonna come back up pretty fucking fast. So I didn't even know you could buy it from the store, because I don't really pay attention too often. So I went to the pharmacy, and it was 20 bucks to buy 100 pills. It was 20 bucks. And then I went to the store to buy things for my throat, like sparkling water, sodas too. Like, if there's something stuck, then I can kinda help it out. So I did that, and then I get back home, and I messaged my mom, I'm like, dude, that shit was so expensive, it was 20 bucks, and she was like, you could have gotten it half off if you just went to the store, you know that, right? And I'm like, oh, well. And then she just said, well, at least remember it for next time. I'm like, yeah, I'll try it. I spent 20 bucks on pills that I could have gotten for cheaper. Most likely, I completely forgot to even check if they have gluten-free pills in the not the pharmacy, the store. Like, I completely forgot to check. I was supposed to check. I even told myself that I'm gonna check the price, and I'm gonna check what they have, if it's something I can do, and if it's something I can eat. I forgot. I bought some chips, and I bought some sodas, and a bit more licorice with me. It was like 20 bucks. I spent like 40 bucks during that entire session of buying shit that I need. And I'm not proud of that. No, it was so expensive for just a few things. But honestly, it was a great weather. It was Well, obviously it's cold, it's winter time here, and it's snow everywhere, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Honestly, it was pretty warm. I I did enjoy it quite nicely. I don't remember if I went by bike or if I walked. I think I walked. But yeah, it was nice. It was great weather. It was basically snow everywhere. But I was walking with my fucking summer shoes on and a hoodie, sweatpants, and I was just chilling. I was listening to music. I was vibing, taking it easy. It was a good time. I enjoyed going outside. It was nice. Lately it's been raining a lot, so not much snow on the ground actually, which is kind of sad. I'd much prefer seeing snow than rain currently, but it's fine. It's fine. I've also been, like, thinking about other games to play recently. I tried a bit of Geometry Dash after a long time today. Because I've played this game for like... I've spent like 130 hours by now in this game. I'm not even kidding, by the way. I actually have like 130 hours. I mean, I've I can't even speak. I've AFK'd a few hours because I usually boot up this game ready when I'm like eating breakfast or when I'm eating dinner. I have it in the background. So I'm like eating while I have the game opened. So it's obviously like gonna take a bit, and it's obviously gonna collect hours. Well, my save file is like 100 hours also. So it's not that much AFK'd, but yeah, recently I've been thinking about like other games to play. I've been thinking about replaying Dark Souls or Elden Ring again. I wish I could like record Elden Ring for you guys, but my PC is so shit that I can stream it through Discord nicely. Also, I'm sorry if my mic peaked. I just said something and I just saw it peak. I'm really sorry if that hurt your ears. But I really badly would wanna record Elden Ring, but my computer definitely can't handle that. It can barely handle the game on its own in a few certain occasions, like a few bosses in the game. And like, I mean, I can stream the game fine through like Discord and Dark Souls. Dark Souls I can record just fine. I have no issues with that. But Elden Ring is just, I don't know. I kind of want to replay that game. I don't know what I would do in it. Because I've done a Pyromancy run, I did the Great Stars run, I've done Iron Balls, I've done the Spiked Balls. There's a few other runs that I would like to do, like Magic, and like, like just a sword and a shield, because I rarely do that. I'm so used to like two-handing weapons in those games that I don't use a shield and a sword ever. Like at the same time. I always have just a big bonk, or just two big bonks in both hands. I never have like just one sword and a shield at the same time. And I would love to do that, and I think I might do that eventually. There's also Metal Gear 3 that I would really badly want to replay. I want to show it off to a few friends. But every time I've told them that, hey, yeah, you know, I could show you this game. I could like stream a playthrough for you of Metal Gear 3. It's gonna be like 5 to 7 hours, 5 to 6 hours. If you have the time, I could do that. Because I very much want to show off a game I love to other people. And they're like, yeah, that's fine, yeah, you know, we can we can figure it out. And I'm like, nice, you know, that's awesome. Like, I can't wait. And there's 2 people that I've suggested playing through the game for. And if you see this video, you know who you are. You know who you are. I got my eyes on you. I'm not like mad or anything, it's just a bit sad. Obviously people are busy. People are busy in their lives. I can't fault them for that because I'm not busy. I'm a jobless idiot who's dealing with mental health, physical health problems, so I'm not one to talk. So, obviously, other people are more busy than I am. I cannot fault them for having actual things to do. That's not a thing for me to do, right? I can't be the person that faults them for actually having lives, you know? So I get that. But like, the thing that makes it sad for me is that when I ask people like, oh, you know, you wanna see me play this game, I wanna show it off, it could be fun, I love this game. And people are always like, yeah, you know, you can show it off, you know, I'll gladly watch once I have the time. I'm like, yeah, sounds good to me. Then they never get back. Then they never get back about the idea, and if they talk or message me, it's about a completely different subject every time. It's never the subject that I'm like waiting to hear from them. It's always a different subject, and it hurts in a way because I'm like happily waiting to show things off about things I like, but the other people who I'm waiting an answer from are not answering back in the way that I would like. So it sucks. Obviously, as I said, I can't fault them because other people have actual lives that they are living compared to me, who's just an idiot recording games, playing games on a daily basis, basically. So I can't fault them, as I said. It's not their fault that they have actual things, and I'm happy that they do. I'm not one to like get mad about that, because nowadays especially it's really hard to get things to do. It's not easy to, especially in some places around the world, it's not really easy to find like work. It's not easy to find things to do. It's really difficult, you know. And as I said, I can't fault them for that. Like, honestly, I'm happy for them that they have things. It's a good thing. It's a really good thing, if you ask me. And like, still, you know, it hurts a little bit. It sucks because it's very rare that I get to share things that I'm like very excited about. Obviously, there's one person who I've gotten to share a few things, like Castlevania and stuff like that, and I'm really happy about that because it's a game series I love. It's a game series I hold very dear to my heart nowadays, and I'm honestly happy that they are like willing to watch me play the game, even though it's just watching, you know. So it does make me happy that people are like willing to watch me show interesting things that I enjoy and all of this stuff, you know, and eventually just then at the end, depending on the person that I'm spending time with, we're either gonna leave the call, do our own things, or then we're just gonna like chat, and I'm gonna watch like them do their thing while I just chill around, you know. But it still hurts, obviously, like when you know that they're like willing to watch me play through things that I enjoy, that I love, and then they don't answer about the thing that I've asked them. It obviously hurts a little bit. I'm not saying that I'm like pissed off and stuff like that about it. I mean, obviously a little bit. I did not mean to buy that portrait, by the way. I misclicked. Oh well, it's not much. It's only 30,000. But yeah, basically it's like it hurts in a way. Knowing that the people are willing to watch me play, but at the same time they're not like rush state. It's like they're not willing. No, okay, no. I don't wanna say this like wrong, because I want people to misunderstand. It's like once I know that they are willing to give the time, but then they just like keep me waiting for really long times without mentioning the subject, or like even like giving a slight idea that, hey, you know, I could maybe do this then. Like it's no communication about the thing that I'm like, hey, if you have the time, I could show you this game, we could just chill at the same time. And then they don't like answer about it, and they're just full dead silent and everything. It sucks, as I said, it really does suck. Because, like, obviously, people are busy. Can't fault them. People can forget, like I do. Can't fault them. But it really fucking sucks. It really does suck, especially if it's like people who don't know much about the thing that I want to show them. And I'm like really excited to show them like Metal Gear, Castlevania, Dark Souls, Elder Ring. Stuff like this, stuff that I just absolutely hold dear to my heart. It just really fucking sucks to think about the fact that they might have just forgotten, you know. It really just sucks knowing that, because I'm no mind reader. I don't know what's going on in their head. You know, I don't know if they're thinking about it. I don't know if they've forgotten about it. I don't know what's going on in the other person's mind. Like, I'm no mind reader, as I said. Like, I physically cannot tell what the other person is thinking. It's impossible for me to do that. So it's like, if they don't talk about the thing that I've mentioned, obviously, like, the first few things that get to my mind are, what shit did they forget? Or, like, something else, you know. It just sucks so much. It really just sucks. But, as I said, I can't blame them. I really can't blame them. Especially if you have a busy life. Outside of the internet, it's not easy to like keep track of everything. I can't blame that. I have some issues remembering a lot of different things, so I'm basically at the same type of fault as the other person, because I know I struggle with remembering a lot of things. I can, you know, I don't know. I just suck at remembering, that's the thing. That's the whole point. I suck at remembering. So it's a weird situation, because now I'm thinking to myself, did they forget? Or do they just not want to do the thing, but they don't want to hurt? They don't want to sound rude and like hurt feelings at the same time and just tell me, hey, you know, I'm not interested in this, I don't want to do it. Like, did they just accept it from because they don't want to hurt? Or did they just accept it because they actually want to do it, but then they've forgotten about it? Like, what is the case here? Because I struggle to understand. You know, like, if it's a topic you don't talk to me about for a long while, I'm gonna like obviously think about it often, and I'm gonna be like thinking to myself like, oh, but did I do something? Do they just not wanna like? Do they not wanna just say that they don't wanna do the thing that I asked, and they don't wanna like say no? Like, what's the deal here, you know? Because the longer you keep me waiting, I will eventually get curious enough to ask, like, did you remember? Or do you just not want to do it? Like, I will eventually get curious enough to the point where I am gonna ask you about the subject. And that's a bad thing then, because now you're in a situation where you need to answer a thing without trying to sound rude, because you've basically put yourself into this conundrum of now being stuck with the word I forgot, or then just openly admitting that I just didn't want to say no. You know? Like, it's a really sticky situation that I don't think a lot of people understand that they can just kind of get themselves stuck with. Because especially in my case, I am like I'm very open to waiting. I don't mind waiting for other people until they like give an idea or answer to me. I don't mind waiting. I have no issues with that. I'm very patient when it comes to waiting, until the point of where it starts to feel like they've just forgotten. That's where I draw the line. Because at that point, I'm either wanting the person to just openly admit that they forgot, or that they don't want to do the idea. Right? Like, I'd rather have the person be open to me and just say that, hey, I just I didn't want to bother, you know? Because I don't want to have it feel like the other person is forcing themselves just to spend time with me. Like, if I'm spending time with a person, I want them to spend time on their own accord. Not just them feel like they are forced. Like you can always say no, I don't want to spend time right now. And I don't mind that. You can very openly just say that. And you can very openly just admit that you forgot, or that you've been busy or something. Like, just an answer at the very least is like what I'm expecting eventually, instead of it just feeling like I'm being just kind of played with, like as a joke. because I don't want to feel that way. I really don't. Because that's gonna just drive me eventually even further down than what I would already feel. You know? And it's just a really weird situation all in all. Because I'm expecting the person to answer eventually about like the idea. But if it gets to the point where I start to feel like they've just completely forgotten, that they just don't care, then it hurts. Then it hurts a lot. Really hits you in the feelings. Like, imagine this, you know, you have plans with your friends. You're like getting ready to go out with your friend or something. You have it all planned, you're dressed up the best you could for the situation accordingly. And then the friend messages you and just says that like, hey, you know, I had other plans with other people, like I can't right now. It's kind of that same thing. You know, it's you have an idea, and then they just don't care about it, even though it's like kind of set in stone in a way. And then they forget. And then they expect you to forget. But they've actively hurt you by doing what they did. So now they are trying to play it off while you actively hurt. Or while you're actively hurting because of what they did. Now, I'm not saying that I've gotten to the point yet, but what I'm saying is it starts to feel like I'm just being played more than anything else. And I've had these moments a lot. There's been a lot of times where my kindness that I share with a lot of people, like I'm a very listening person, I'm a very supportive person to other people who like need help, who like want company or anything. Like I'm always like that supporting pillar to the other person. Now obviously I'm not saying that I'm perfect either. I feel like I sometimes treat my friends the same way, where I'm like, if I'm like feeling bored or something, I just message them. Like obviously like out of boredom, it's okay to message friends. But it sometimes feels like I'm using them to boost my own mind out of like the sadness into like a more happy feeling for the time. To like, or just have someone to talk with. So I do feel like that I sometimes kind of, at least to me, it sometimes feels like I'm using like, my friends when I do that. And I hate it, because I don't know how to get out of that. But that's a topic for a whole different time, if I ever talk about it again. But I've had a lot of times where I just feel like the kindness that I give, the care that I give, and supportiveness that I give gets used in a manner that I don't like, because then it starts to feel like I'm just being used, like in the way that I just explained, that I feel like I've like used a few of my friends, but I don't know because they haven't spoken to me about it, which if it is like that, I hope that they do talk about it, because I feel like it's a serious thing, and if it is the truth, I want to work on it. But I've had a lot of moments, I've had to end a lot of friendships just due to that being the case, where it feels like I'm being used in a bad manner, and that they truly don't care about how I feel. It's more about how I would make them feel, because they know that I'm ready to like, if there's anything, I'm always ready to like listen, I'm ready to spend time and everything. I've had a lot of those types of moments in my life. It's a really shitty feeling, when you come to the realization that this might be the case. Now obviously, people are busy. People can be busy, and there's a few times when they can spend time with you. So you have to try to think, you can't immediately blame a person out of like using you if you're not sure. Like obviously it's, you can always have the thought of like, oh, is this person using me? But you shouldn't just go openly asking about it unless you are fully sure that it's the case, because eventually it's gonna get to the point where if you ask them about that, you're gonna do more hurt, or like you're gonna do more harm than good if you like go out of your way and just kind of openly ask them, like, or like talk to them about like, hey, you know, I feel like I'm being kind of used, or like a supportiveness tool or something by you. That's gonna make a lot more hurt than good, and that's a bad thing. You don't want that. You'd have to like understand the situation. Are they busy with something? Are they doing something like studying, working, whatever they would have, you know? Like, you have to understand the possibilities of basically everything in that situation. You have to learn that everything is possible that happens, and that you can't just blindly blame a person for something that they might not be doing, or something that they might be doing on accident. Because if you feel like you're being used, then you can like kind of mention about it, like, hey, could we like spend a bit more time, or like, you have the time, could we like do something. And then based on that, you can kind of try to figure out how everything's going. Now obviously, I'm not a professional in this case, don't take my word for everything that I'm saying, I'm just a person that likes to rant about things they do, and how they feel and everything. I am not a professional. I am very much not a professional, and my word should be taken with always a grain of salt. Because what I say might not be relatable to you. But with that being said, I'm gonna try to figure out if I should play Elder Ring or not, or if I should do something else. So, if you have enjoyed this 40-minute rambling session of me barely even knowing what I'm talking about, I've actually completely forgotten every topic I've almost said in this video already. If you've enjoyed this video, and you've enjoyed the background noise that I have given to you, then feel free to show some support, show some love. I always appreciate all of you nonetheless. You don't need to do anything that I ask you to. Just you watching this video is more than enough for me. And if you have any topic ideas that you would like me to try to go over, as long as they are well-mannered and some things that are like normal things to ask, nothing deep, I don't want anything political, anything like that. Just normal topics that you would ask, and I can try to go over them. With that being said, I love all of you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care of yourselves, take care of those around you, and I'm probably gonna make one more video or two more videos before Christmas. With that being said though, take care of yourselves, and I'll see everyone in the next one. Goodbye.